And we would say the umbrella is a wonderful definition and visualization because it keeps you safe,
Yeah.
keeps you protected.
It's keeping us dry. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you recognize it's diverting or it's blocking, in that sense, all of that prosperity that is trying to be the experience that you are.
Yeah, so it's always flowing.
Always. It's never stopped. It's never being switched off. That's not possible.
So what's some of the most valuable things that we can say to ourselves to help us put down the umbrella? I know that when I say I am receiving, that's a beautiful one that feels like a surrendering experience.
We would say it's I am not afraid. That at its core, and work from there, then what you speak of you'll feel is interwoven within a number of statements that would be felt, perceived through looking at the experience from under the umbrella. But to take that broader aspect, you step back and you recognize the desire to say, it's time to put down the umbrella. It's time to be free. It's time to surrender the old limitations. It is time to know that I am safe. It is time to know that I am not afraid to stand in my fullness and acknowledge and receive all that I deserve. And I am innocent of all that I have perceived otherwise. It is through the I am technology that is gifting self. These statements that you then feel into them, bring the feeling, align that feeling that when you speak it, there is that co-creation. There is an emotional expression that then aligns within that you have this wonderful co-creative understanding that there's the movement, there's the change, there's the acknowledgement that I'm removing the umbrella. I'm removing the resistance. I'm removing the doubts.
I was saying to myself before, I am fearless. Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
It is wonderful.
Encompasses it all.
Feel into it. It is empowering. It is of an amplified state of love. It's an expression of self that reflects out to all others. It's that supportive aspect. It's that here I am, and look at me in the understanding that you are resonating a frequency of that fearless vibration. It is empowerment, it is joy, it is opportunity, it is hope, it is all of that. And this one recognizes it was about being safe. So then that, to play into it, it's safe to put down the umbrella, it is safe to be seen, it is safe to express the vibration to others, to let them know that it is safe to be that joy and be that prosperity, and the abundance is a valuable resource of self to expand into the joyous experience that has been called forth in many ways.
And even if the earth experience is changing and there's systems that might collapse in the future, banking systems, money systems might change and all of that, when you hold that vibration within you of knowing that you contain it all, knowing your value, knowing the support, knowing that you are safe, knowing that everything you desire just flows to you, then you can't stop that all-encompassing experience of prosperity, no matter what's going on, can you?
In a wonderful way, because it aligns you that you do not give energy to those stories, to those experiences. There is an observation, there is that because of the earth experience and perceiving the foundational collapse, and well, that falls away. But in your excitement, in your knowing of who you are, then the solutions step up. Because there is a greater sense of the desired solution in those moments. It is just the mind that perceives the fear that it is losing something, so it goes into panic, it goes into fight for survival mode. And here you are in this expand into more, expand into something new, expand into excitement. And it's right there, and you take that ride. And I'm deserving of it to be in this more simplistic, joyous way, and it becomes that way. Others that would feel, I'm not deserving of that, hold into the struggle. Try and keep the pieces together, try and manage themselves through that aspects of something that is in a state of transformation. You do not give transformation that energy, you give the light that you see shining as the expression that you are, that is of that version, that one that is within the frequencies of I am that God spark, I am that joy, and I'm creating this in a way that is now perceived in the understanding through embodying the crystalline expression of who you are with that magnificent higher vibrational state and becoming this merging new experience, and it is divine in the creational forces that is of you as you. Very exciting potentials and time moving forward.
Yeah. And it's just that knowing that all is sourced within. There is nothing that we need to source from outside of ourselves. It's just all from within. We are the source of everything.
So the greatest expression in this now time is that practice of being in that state of it's safe to let it go. It's safe to know that I can feel within myself that I do not give any judgment of who I am for what I have perceived I've done or have not done. I just let it all go. I'm innocent and I feel this trust. I feel this potential, and that's the practice. There is that is of the greatest value in these times now.
And then prosperity and abundance must mirror back into our reality.
Without question.
Can we talk about too how there's nothing wrong with having grand abundance, with having prosperity, with having a lot of money?
Well, when you recognize you are all of it, then you are that infinite supply, then how could it possibly be of detriment? How could it possibly be? The beliefs is all that creates those stories of it is of a value or it is otherwise. But then you are within the experience wishing that you had the abundance, with the mind creating stories that abundance is not what would serve you in a way that you truly recognize without question will be of the highest value, because it is knowing yourself in your fullness, knowing your truth. And there will be that awareness, that'll be that realization. So it is exciting always in recognizing that you bring it back to say, I do not beat up on myself for creating the stories that money is bad and it is not of value and it's a detriment to the experience of this wonderful life that I am choosing. It is a co-creative aspect of self. It is emergence to play with and be joyous in, and it will play into a far more magical aspect of of an energetic support instead of this understanding that it is I have this and another does not. It becomes this flow and this awareness that it is of that value and service to all, and all have access because all are within the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would say to include within all that, that a wonderful aspect is it is through the frequency of being present and receiving the presence in that playfulness. Presence holds that supportive aspect. When you are present, then that's tapping into the flow. That's tapping into all is well. That's the vibrational support that aligns you to the quietness, the ability to feel more clearly into I am that valuable one. I am that I am is within that. So we would just say that's something wonderful to recognize in that opportunity of stepping more and more into an expansive state, because you'll be living in that present moment. You will not require to have the vibration of future sense, because future is founded on fears that are designed that something needs to be sorted out in this time because of what's ahead. But when you are fully within the present moment, then there you recognize, now I get to discover the true understanding of love. Love perceived through joy and celebration and excitement and knowledge and wisdom and access to more and more. Oh, it just becomes, and it is in that truth, an avalanche of wisdom of self to self, and you just take that ride. It's wonderful, and you are moving into that. That's the joy. That's the joy.
I've found when I've been really present and have been sitting in that quiet space and giving myself the gift of doing that, and then speaking I am statements such as I am valuable, I am valuable, I am deserving, all of these type of statements, and there's a million different ones that we can choose from. But when we repeat them and repeat them, there comes a point where you've built the momentum up so much that it creates like an energetic little combustion point within you, and you can feel that you've changed frequency or reality, or you've changed the potentials that are there for you. It's such a beautiful moment to gift yourself that. And yeah, because that's when everything changes in your life. It's amazing to do.
And we would say such a joy that you are then to say, I recognize shifting timelines, shifting realities. I felt it. I felt it. There's a wonderful opportunity of indicators within who I am to know I've stepped into that. And then you would say, I feel this prosperity, I feel this abundance. And how do I know that? I feel excited. I feel a sense of excitement. I am the version of self that is embodied through excitement. So you know you are that expression of who you are. So you amplify that. You know there is a version that holds an even greater sense of that is within that celebration. It is then stepped in, I am that I am. Then there is this vortex experience, we would say, this coming together. It's this moment that it is, I am this one. It is that oneness that you are of it all, as it all, and you know it. And it is in that flash, in that excitement, that light, that awakening moment that you are standing within, that you recognize the power you have, the abilities that are within your grasp of what you can then become, of what you can step forth within in any moment. That multi-dimensional understanding, the telepathic expression of wisdom, the receiving. The dragons are online, so the knowledge is there for you as you, and it just flows freely, and you are then this masterful one. It's that is to be expressed. You are becoming that.
And this is something that's available for all of humanity as we allow ourselves to take that vibrational ride to merge with that fullness of self.
Without question. They're available. All have access in every moment because all are of the one.
It's very exciting.
Very, very exciting indeed.